Tell us about when you first heard that you were going to be in this Futures Game.
Yeah, it was my first actual day here with the team. Drove in on Monday 2 weeks ago, and then Skip and EP told me, and I was honestly just trying to stretch. And I was so worried about doing stretch first day. They called me aside and they're like, "Hey, don't know if you know, but you're going to the Futures Game." And I was like, "All right, cool, sounds good." And they're like, "Uh." Oh, okay, they were kind of taken aback. I didn't really have time to process it. I was so worried about stretching, like I said, day one. And it actually kind of hit me that night and into the early morning the next day. I was like, all right, pretty big deal now. I'm kind of comprehending everything, settling down into the new environment and stuff like that. So, like I said, definitely excited. It's an honor that Tink and I both got selected and have the opportunity to go and play in the Futures Game and represent, the Cardinals as a minor league organization.
What made you cut your hair?
Honestly, it just got really, really long. I hadn't cut it since the day before I left for spring training. So I was like, 4.5 months in, it's probably time just to clip it, reset, and, just keep rolling.
So obviously, being the strikeouts leader, you got to keep up with that, I'm sure. When you got here, obviously the step up in competition, what was that like for you? What were some of the adjustments that you had to make?
Yeah, I think the first 2 weeks here haven't been great. I haven't been the sharpest yet. Hopefully I'll get sharper as time progresses on. And to be honest with you, I don't really see any of that stuff. I'm not on the social media platforms. So I think that definitely helps, not factor into hearing all the talk and everything that's going on. Truly, I don't really pay attention to all the stats and all that stuff. So, I just try and go out there each and every week, pitch as deep into games as possible. And when the Ks do come, obviously that's awesome. But I mean, if you have a 5-inning start where you only strike out 3 guys, but you throw up zeros at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you get people out as long as you get people out.
And what are you hoping to learn when you're out there at the Futures Game?
I think it's just an opportunity to play with the best and be around the best. I mean, obviously the coaches are all former big leaguers and all-stars and, probably Hall of Famers in their own respect. So try and pick their minds as much as possible, but as well as, the new and I would say younger crop, because most of the guys on the team I think are younger than I am. So just pick some of the younger minds that are coming up, what they've done to get to this level so quick, and how I can kind of potentially learn some stuff from them and what they do really well, and just try and implement that into my games and my strategies. And like I said, I'm kind of the old guy out there for the most part, and if I have a little bit of wisdom or knowledge that I can spit to those guys, hopefully I'm able to do that.